Anything else? Yes, sir.
Senator Douglas said that at the outset that he believes that the stimulus had invaluable assistance to states. Do you agree with that?
Well, listen, I think that it certainly helped states like New Jersey and others to not have to confront the difficult choices that we're now having to confront. But it really just put it off. Now, my state, we're losing a significant amount of that stimulus money now. We're facing a $2 billion budget gap, $2.3 billion budget gap in the current fiscal year, which I just had to take executive action to fill. And we're facing an $11 billion budget gap for fiscal year 2011. And so, I would say that my view on it is what it did was, at least from a personal perspective, push off the problem from the Corzine administration to the Christie administration. But we're going to continue to look to be partners with the federal government in trying to come up with long-term solutions. And the long-term solution, in my view, is making government smaller, cutting taxes, and getting private sector economic growth again. I don't think we need to grow the public sector. I think we need to grow the private sector. Get folks back to work. In New Jersey, our unemployment is at 10.1%. It's above the national average. And our folks want to get back to work. They want to get to work in good-paying private sector jobs so they can be contributors to the economy in New Jersey. And I'm interested over the next 4 years in working with the federal government and my fellow governors and anybody else who has good ideas about doing that. And so while I think it was a temporary help, in the end, those problems are still here. As one of the governors talked about, public education. We had $1 billion in stimulus money used last year in our budget to fund K-12 education. Well, that $1 billion isn't coming back. Those costs are still there, and that's left for us to now fix. And so governors are the ones who have to act and have to fix. Agree with Governor Schweitzer in that regard. Whether it's Congress or state legislatures, they like to talk. We have to act and we have to fix. And that's what we're going to do. That's what we're in the process of doing in New Jersey. And so I think the stimulus money was a temporary help, but for the long term, we have to fix the structural problems that we have in our states from an expense perspective in order to grow our economy in the private sector again, in my view.